I open the refrigerator door and the aroma of Amato cheese washes over me. It infected the entire refrigerator. My stomach starts to growl and my mouth starts to salivate. I grab the cheese, the grater, a sheet of wax paper, and place them on the table. The near empty container of cheese serves as a weight to prevent the wax paper from curling up and spilling any precious shavings that might rest on it. Unwrapping the cheese from its plastic casing causes the aroma to spread. Now the smell is all over the kitchen and wafts into adjacent rooms. I become hungrier. Gripping the end, I start to grate. The block starts to shrink with each pass against the grater. A little mound starts to appear under the grater. I move it and take the cheese to clear the shavings in between the protrusions. Nothing will go to waste. I continue, causing the block to disappear faster. The little mound from a little while ago is now a mountain of Romano. White, fragrant, soft, and smooth, the block that I once held is now gone. I pour the shavings into the near-empty cheese container, trying not to spill any on the way into it. Attempts to place the lid back on are not as successful as I would have liked. Little lumps on the lid appear where the cheese won't stay down. I try to push them back down, but the lid pops off or the lumps appear elsewhere. Placing the cheese back in the fridge, I smile knowing that the block of Romano cheese will last no more than a week in this house. Food is incredibly important. Not only used for survival as a means of expression. It carries cultural thoughts and values. What I have, how I cook, and how often I cook all explains something about me and how I think. It's art that stimulates more than one sense. There are elite posh ways of cooking and open simple ways. Food changes across cultures, locales, belief systems, and more. It brings people together. No celebration, from casual birthday parties to formal diplomatic meetings, is complete without something to eat. Cooking is a necessary skill, especially in my family. The first reason is for good health. Food found in restaurants and ready-made meals can be delicious, but they're not good for you at all. They come loaded with excess salt and sugar. And while deep frying things like cookies and cheesecakes sound absolutely delicious, I can feel my arteries clogging as we speak. Another reason is that of experience. I know I'm not going to stay at home forever. I don't want to wait until I meet someone who will cook for me. I also like planning everything out. What will I cook tonight? Something comforting, something fancy, something different. It's liberating to be able to decide how and when I want something. Having a meal ready-made is convenient, but home-cooked food is just better. I can see myself putting love, pride, joy, responsibility, and more into my dishes. I care if people like to eat my meals. Feeling full taps into a primal part of the human brain and taps into the quality of the food prepared. If people leave feeling hungry, they have failed to prepare an adequate meal. What I want to achieve with cooking can be traced to Christmas at my house. Every year, my mother develops a list of cookies to bake right after Thanksgiving, and she works until Christmas Day. Homemade cookies include nut lace with chocolate filling, chocolate cookies with hazelnuts, cream cheese cookies filled with homemade raspberry and apricot jelly, cookies shaped like croissants with chocolate outlining the dough and covered in sprinkles, peanut butter cookies with a Hershey's Kiss in the middle, snickerdoodles, molasses cookies, Russian tea cakes, coconut macaroons, and much more. The final display of cookies covers the entire table, even with 2 leaves placed in. The cooking doesn't stop with cookies. Dinner itself is a cavalcade of food. Ham, turkey, mashed potatoes, shrimp scampi, vegetables of all kinds, baked ziti, salmon, and more. Second dinner comes later, although the food is more like stuff found in a deli. Rye bread, potato and macaroni salad, leftover ham and turkey. And to top it all off, my aunts and uncles bring home cookies with them. Everyone leaves full and content. I'm not saying pre-prepared food is bad, but home-cooked food is ultimately more satisfying. I can taste the soul of the cook in the food. Skilled cooks let the food stand on their own. I've eaten food that is almost all filler. Sugar and salt are good ingredients, but using them too much is a problem. It's a strong taste which can mask the natural flavors that food has. My belief is that salt and sugar are used too often as frills in food. Food should stand on its own merits. Take away the filler, and the food is just bland. The food I cook is full of my confidence. I have no need to hide what I make. Finally, I believe that learning to cook has developed my love for this activity. Different ways to connect taste, texture, color, and smells are limitless with practice. Unconventional combinations can become viable. I get hungry just watching the food getting prepared, which means to me, I'm doing something worthwhile. Cheese grating is an important task. Cheese is found in a lot of recipes in my household. It is a simple ingredient. The taste is indescribable and smells wonderful. It is a garnish and a side dish. It can do so much when properly used. That is why I cook. I cook because I love food. I'm going to be eating for the rest of my life. I better have a way to be able to be satisfied with it. Cheese grating is a simple and small task, but I can't cut corners. Cooking an entire meal has a greater result than the sum of its parts. Simple tastes and textures can create completely different meals. If one part is weak, the entire dish suffers. Food should be honest and should stand by itself with quality. Try and disguise the lack of quality in food with filler ingredients is pitiful. It's pitiful because all of us eat, and it's meant to keep us alive. I plan to be alive for a while, so I want to make the best of it. Good food doesn't start in the kitchen and end on the plate. The best food is as important, as valuable as the most basic ingredients, and those ingredients are more than just what you put in the dish.